Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasayadika Bhaktivinoda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Narasimhaya. Hiranyakashi Yato yami tato nashimo. Vahe nashimo hridaye nashimo. Narasimhamadi sharanam prapade. Kara kamalavare nata adhuta shinga dalita hiranyakashipu tanumeta keshavadita haraharita jagadisha jai jagadisha Jaya Nrsimhare Jaya Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Yashodanandana Raja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Raja Jana Ranjana Natira Vanachari Jai Vishnupad Paramsa Paribraj Gacharya Ashtatrasita Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Namacharya Adhyastakur Ki Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Dvaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyam Kundada Kundagiri Govardhan Ki वृंदावन धाम की मायापुनवती धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा माई की यमुना माई की श्रीला प्रभुपाद ट्रांस बुक डिस्कशन प्रोग्राम की श्रीला प्रभुपाद ट्रांस गीता मैराथन की ऑल ग्लोरीज टू सम डिवोटीज ऑल ग्लोरीज टू सम डिवोटीज ऑल ग्लोरीज टू सम डिवोटीज ऑल ग्लोरीज टू श्री गुरु एंड गौरव ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोकी भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 9, Text number 12. क्या बात है VIP गेस्ट
आज ही के लिए सोच रहा था। आपके लिए आज ही सोच रहा था कब आएंगे।
Pure devotee, this desire is manifested. Huh?
All is spiritual disaster.
अहो कष्टम अहो न्यायम यद्यूयं धर्मनंदनः जीवितं नरहता क्लिष्टं विप्रधर्माच्युताश्रया अहो कष्टम अहो अन्यायम यद्यूयं धर्मनंदना जीवितं नार्हता क्लिष्टं विप्रधर्माच्युताश्रया। बोलिए।
अहो कष्टम अहो अन्यायम
अहो कष्टम अहो अन्यायम
यद्यां धर्मनंदनः नरहता क्लिष्टं विप्रधर्म अच्युताश्रयः।
अहो कष्टम अहो न्यायम
अहो कष्टम अहो अन्यायम
यं धर्मनंदनः
यद्यूयं धर्मनंदनः
पुन्नः प्रतिष्ठं धर्माच्युताश्रया
विप्रधर्म अच्युताश्रया अहो कष्टम अहो अन्ययम यद्युयुं धर्मनंदना जीवितुं नरहता इष्टं विप्रधर्म अच्युताश्रया
बोलो. Anyone else?
अहो कष्टम अहो न्यायम यूयं धर्मनंदनः जीवितुं नरहता इष्टं
विप्रधर्माच्युताश्रया
अहो कष्टम अहो न्यायम यद्यूयं धर्मनंदनः जीवितुं नारयिष्टं विप्रधर्माच्युताश्रयाः
Bhishmadeva said, "Oh, what terrible sufferings and what terrible injustices you good souls suffer for being the sons of religion personified. You did not deserve to remain alive under those tribulations, yet you were protected by the Brahmanas, God and religion." Maharaj Yudhishthira was disturbed due to the great massacre of the battle of Kurukshetra. Bhishmadev could understand this and therefore he spoke first of the terrible sufferings of Maharaj Yudhishthira. He was put into difficulty by injustice only, and the battle of Kurukshetra was fought just to counteract this injustice. Therefore, he should not regret the great massacre. He wanted to point out particularly that they were always protected by the Brahmanas, the Lord in religious principles. As long as they were protected by these three important items, there was no cause of disappointment. Thus, Bhishmadev encouraged Maharaj Yudhishthira to dissipate his despondency. As long as a person in full Krishna is fully in cooperation with the wishes of the Lord, guided by the bona fide Brahmanas and the Vaishnavas and strictly following religious principles, one has no cause for despondency, however trying the circumstances of life. Bhishmadeva, as one of the authorities in the line, wanted to impress this point upon the Pandavas. Om Ajnana Chimidandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Vishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Ramarupa Kadamrahi Aditva Padantikam Aham Shri Guru Rupam Sarayatam
Sarvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam
Sagana Lalita Shri
He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tattakancha Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishwanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhesha Kripa Sindhudevacha Parikanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. So, last week we were hearing how Yudhishthira Maharaj was crowned as Yuvraj. Then all his four brothers, they were helping him. Then whatever Pandu Maharaj even could not conquer, so all the four brothers, they conquered. And whatever riches they were getting, they were giving it to Dhritarashtra Maharaj. So even though there is no fault on the part of Yudhishthira Maharaj, Dhritarashtra, even though initially he was having a lot of affection for his brother's sons, but when he was progressing, becoming more and more famous, so even the people also, they have started demanding that they should make Yudhishthira as the king. So, hearing all these good reports, then Dhritarashtra became very envious. So, this envy, it's a very major force in our life. These three things, lust, greed and anger, they are obvious, they are seen physically, manifest grossly. Like we can see people becoming lusty or angry or greedy, then we can correct them and they will agree also, yeah, I'm lusty or I'm angry. But other three things, they are very subtle, What are the other three? Kam, Krodha, Lobh, Moha, Mada or Matsarya. If you say, Prabhuji, Prabhu, you are in Maya, then immediately they become defensive. No, I am not in Maya. Right? You are envious. No, you are misunderstanding. It is very difficult to accept that one person, for someone that I am envious. Right? But enviousness is a big obstacle on the path of devotional service. Greatest obstacle on the path of. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that Kam, Krodha, Lobh, Moha, Mada, these five can be engaged in Krishna's service, but envy cannot be engaged in the service of Krishna. You have to get rid of the envy. Right? So on the day you become free from envy, you will become Krishna conscious. So, what you call, dog whistling. They started, dog whistling. They started a campaign, that there is a place called Varanavrat. It is a very beautiful place. There's people, they have sent, Gudacharis and all. They encouraged, they said, have you heard? Yeah, there is a beautiful place called Varanavrat. Have you heard? So people also, among brothers also, Duryodhana and all. Yeah, hey, Yudhishthira, did you hear about Varanavrat? This is dog whistling, They started like that, subtle campaigning. Like Nowadays they say, deep state. Rahul Gandhi, George Soros, and they are involved, Sonia Gandhi, they are all involved, deep state. So they started a campaign like that. So Yudhishthira Maharaj was wondering what is happening. Everybody was coming and telling, have you heard Mahabharat, such a beautiful place? So one day Dhritarashtra Maharaj called Yudhishthira Maharaj. My dear Anuj Putra, have you heard Varnavrat? Yes, Bade Pitaji. Said what? There is some Shiva Puja is going on. I want all your 5 brothers along with your mother, you should go there and enjoy the festival. Like that. So Yudhishthira Maharaj, he is a very super intelligent person, and immediately, कुछ दाल में काला है, दाल में काला है. But he didn't say no. He knew that some sajish is going on. Don't know what it is. Right? Don't know what it is. But he didn't say no. Right? That is called dharma, culture. Right? We don't even understand that culture, that is why we criticize, you should have, the Yudhishthira Maharaj should have said no, What's her name? Virat Maharaj's wife, she asked Sairendri, why did, she asked, that Kankubat, Yudhishthira Maharaj, why, okay, first time he lost the gambling match, and then he knew that there is some cheating is going on. Why did he accept second time? He could have said no, right? But culture, Yudhishthira Maharaj following बड़े के सामने आवाज ऊपर मत करो, ऐसा बोलते हैं. So he was very cultured person. He did say no, even though he knew that some intrigue is going on. Meanwhile, there is one guy, I like yesterday, last time I told, there is one Kanika. There is a Kanika Niti, like Chanakya Niti, like that, Kanika Niti, Sukracharya Niti, Vidur Niti, like that, they have in Mahabharat, they like that, So, Kanika Niti, according to them, for kings, in diplomatic, if some other king is prospering, there is no harm in killing them. So, your brother's sons are prospering and then your heart is burning, better to kill them. Cold-blooded murder. Like that. So, very dirty, palace politics. Like Aurangzeb killed all his brothers, then put his father in the jail. Prabhupada said, Shah Jahan, in his last years, he was put in the jail. Then through the window, he was always looking. Taj Mahal ko dekh raha tha. So that is the thing. So meanwhile Duryodhana also came to his father and said, Papa, what to do now? Now I am not able to tolerate their prosperity. They are becoming very famous. So this is the plan of plan of Duryodhana and Shakuni. This is the plan of Shakuni, that send them to Varnavrat. And so this Purochan, he is a Shilpikar, carpenter, whatever. He made that Bhavan. He made that Bhavan. So that Bhavan is made with lac house, lac house. Then filled with all combustible articles, like what you call jute. Jute, and as soon as one matchstick touches, it will catch fire. Very highly inflammable articles they put, and then very nicely decorated. Very nicely decorated. Vidura was watching all these things. He is a Pandav Pakshapati. Right? What is happening? What is this dog whistle? All the people praising Varnavrat. So publicly, Dhritarashtra Maharaj invited Yudhishthira Maharaj public in assembly house. In the assembly house. And in front of all the ministers and the praja, he ordered Yudhishthira Maharaj, go to Varnavrat and stay there for a few months. Like that. So Vidura got into thinking. Why all of a sudden, Varnavrat, what's cooking? Then he had his own, Gudacharis. He sent Gudacharis to Varnavrat to find out what is happening there. Right? Then they brought a big time bad news that they are making a bhavan. Then all highly inflammable articles they are using, paraphernalia they are using. Oh, then samajh gaya. Then Duryodhana also is very intelligent. He is very intelligent. They had a very short time before, by the time, Yudhishthira Maharaj was ordered to go to Varnavrat. Then Vidura found out all these things. Then he was actually trying to, Vidura was trying to meet Yudhishthira Maharaj. Shakuni and Duryodhana and they made a plan that under any circumstances they should not meet with each other before Yudhishthira Maharaj left for Varnavrat. So they put Gudachari there in Vidura's house. Then Vidura was making a plan to go to Yudhishthira Maharaj's palace. Duryodhana पहुंच गया था. Say, Bhaiya, can we have gambling match? So Vidura came and he was waiting. One day before night, whole night they were playing gambling. So Vidura waited for some time and he could not meet Yudhishthira. So he was very worried. Next day morning, when Yudhishthira and his brothers and Kunti Maharani, they were leaving for Varnavrat. Then, to the shock of Duryodhana, Vidura reached there. But Duryodhana was standing there. He won't leave even 1 minute also Yudhishthira's side. What to do? Then Radha Govind Maharaj says, Vidura spoke in English language, Mlecha Bhasha. Mlecha Bhasha. It's in Mahabharat it is written. Vidura was speaking in Mlecha Bhasha. And luckily Yudhishthira Maharaj also knew English. Like that. So A king should be as careful as a person who is sleeping on the branch of a tree. You understand? Huh? Somebody sleeping on a branch of a tree. How careful he has to be, right? Like that, a king has to be that much careful. That is why in the 5th chapter Bhagavad Gita commentary, it is written, Grihasthashram and Sannyasashram. Sannyasashram is like person sleeping on the branch of a tree. Fall down हो जाएगा, इधर उधर ठीक से नहीं सोया, right? If a sannyasi is not careful, right, he will fall down. For 60,000 lifetimes, if a sannyasi does illicit sex, for 60,000 lifetimes, he has to become a worm in the stool. That's why they keep asking me, why don't you become sannyas? Why don't you? Itna risk hai, Baba. 60,000 left. कीड़ा बन जाओ. ऐसा किधर लिखा नहीं कि ISKCON sannyasis are exempted. Right? And then they will say, apiche, you know, very conveniently they quote, you know, apiche sudrachara. Prabhupada said apiche sudrachara applies only to those people who, you know, accidentally they fall down. Not that, you know, pre-planning, pre-meditation, इसको लड़की को पटाना है, all planning किया, फिर Prabhupada said sannyasis are very expert in kidnapping, you know. It's very easy for sannyasis because women, you know, otherwise they are very careful, you know. But in front of sannyasis, they drop their shoulders, you know. Sannyasi ये कुछ नहीं करेगा. But sannyasi takes that opportunity. Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta said, there are some sadhus, they go to Haridwar. Some women, they go to Haridwar to have a son from a sadhu. Thinking that, अरे sadhus are very pure, you know, उससे बच्चा हो गया तो अच्छा रहेगा. So Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur said, some sadhus reach there in Haridwar. You know? Thinking that he will get some such woman. Like that. Anyway. So one should be very careful. He asked a question. He said, danger can come from fire, dangers can come from wind, you know, dangers come from, you know, persons. Suppose if there is a fire in the forest, who can escape? He asked. What did he reply? Huh? What he must have replied? Yudhishthira. If in case there is a fire in the forest, who can escape? Huh? Those who have, you know, dug a tunnel, holes, and they can, you know, go and hide. Then Yudhishthira replied, you know, rats can. He said rats can, you know, escape because they dig tunnels. And then when there is a fire, they go and hide in those tunnels. Okay. So then, they are, you know, the kings, you know, they are very gambhir, you know, like that. So, Arjuna and all, they didn't know English. Kunti Maharani did not know English. So even luckily, even Duryodhana and Shakuni also, they did not know English. Right? But luckily Yudhishthira Maharaj knew. And then Kunti Maharani was asking, what were you speaking in some strange language? Nothing, you won't reveal, like that. When they reached, so Yudhishthira Maharaj got into thinking, why did he say that? Throughout his journey he was thinking, why did he think, say about Agni Pramad, fire accident, like that. Then he figured out that something is going to happen. They planned like that. So when they reached that house, that's very nicely painted and all that. But Yudhishthira Maharaj went and this smelt, on the walls. Immediately he realized that, highly inflammable. You just put one matchstick, it will burn. Then he understood their plan, that they are going to burn us alive. He was shocked, that Bade Baba aisa karega. He was shocked. Now what to do? Then he said, we will not, turn by turn, we will guard the building. Night time, nobody will sleep. So whole day, there were some festivities were going on. Festivities were going on. So whole day they would go there, right? And night time they don't sleep. They are not sleeping. They are very careful, like that. Agnigrahamidam. So, logically, what they should have done? Suppose if you are in such a situation, what would you have done? Huh? Run away, right? But that's what Bhimsen suggested, that let us leave. Yudhishthira Maharaj said, no. If we leave this building, they would come to know that we are aware of this danger. And then we are only 5 of us. Then we didn't have even our armory and all, like that. We are not prepared. So if they come with the army and attack us or something like that, we will be helpless. We can't do anything. So they will try something else. They will try something else. So let us plan. Do something. Let us be careful. Let us be careful. Then Vidura, so that building's name they kept, Duryodhana kept that building as Shivam. Shivam. Like that. Kanaka. So meanwhile, Vidura, he was a super intelligent person, devotee. Yeah? So he planned. So he said, oh, that means. So he also, through his Gudacharis, he came to know that the palace in Varnavrat is made with lac. And jute and all other items are, added. So that means they are going to burn the building. So that is why Kanaka, his very confidential assistant, he sent him. And he said, you dig a tunnel through the building. And then he found out that on Amavasya day, they are going to put fire. That means he has only 14 days to dig the tunnel. Then that fellow, whole night, he was digging and digging and digging. And then, so one day before Amavasya, the tunnel work construction is finished. Then the Kanaka said, now it is finished, you escape. So Yudhishthira Maharaj said, why give a chance to Purochan? Let us only put fire and escape through the tunnel. And then Ittefaq se, Yadruchaya, by the will of providence, on that day, one lady along with her 5 sons, what you call tribal lady, they were very drunk and they were playing, they are giving abuses with each other and all that. They were giving galis and all, and they, out of intoxication, they slept there. And in this, Yudhishthira Maharaj, they did not know. They did not know. So Bhimsen, first, he transferred all the 4 Pandavas and Kunti Maharani to the tunnel, and then he put fire. And there was a huge fire, huge fire. Thud, 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 thud. And then that rascal, Purochan also he was sleeping there. He was also drunk along with these people. So, जैसा करनी वैसा बननी, उसको पांडवों को जलाना चाहता था, वो खुद जल गया. And these 5 boys, and then that lady, and then Purochan, they were burned to death. So all the people, they came, said, there is fire, fire, fire. Prabhupada said, we don't so much here in Mumbai. Prabhupada said, what is this all the time? Fire engines in New York. All the time. Prabhupada was very irritated. Like that. Anyway, so they all thought Pandavas and Kunti Maharani burnt to death. Then the news has reached to Dhritarashtra Maharaj. Dhritarashtra Maharaj started shedding crocodile tears. Crocodile tears? Why? They cry like that? False crocodile tears? Huh? Crocodile tears. अरे मेरा भाई का बच्चे मर गया, मेरा सिस्टर ला मर गई, अयो. And then they brought those bodies, burnt bodies. In South India, there, in Tamil Nadu, there are ladies, their ladies, they hired. They were hired to cry, ayo. Mar gaya. One day, in one movie they are showing.
Even in North, Rajasthan especially, there is very much.
Achha, hired.
They are called as Rudalis.
Achha, really?
They not saying
In Gujarat also, some tribal community comes in, there is some death, these people invite those communities. And they take this chajia, what they call chajia.
Is there in all over India?
Once they are crying, ayo, वो जो लड़का अच्छा था चला गया, बोलते हैं लड़का नहीं लड़की. So they arranged a Shraddha ceremony. So they were all, all the Kurus they were went. So when Bhishma was about to offer last rites, oblations to Pandavas, Vidura went and told in his ears, जीवित व्यक्ति को लिए श्राद्ध नहीं करते. Because Bhishma was very grief-stricken, he was very completely shell-shocked. He said, wow, how they can die like that? Then Vidura, he went and told, you don't offer, they are, Pandavas are safe. So Bhishma asked, where are they? Why you didn't tell me before? Vidura said, wherever they are safe, I am not going to tell you. Bhishma said, I am ordering you. I said, no. Ye ajna vanto. So Bhishma asked Vidura, if you know this plan, why didn't you tell me, or why didn't you stop it? Vidura said, I knew that Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana, they are envious of Pandavas. I wanted to know to what extent they will go. I am not sure that they are going to kill them. Some harm they may, 9:17 हो गया. Some harm they may cause, but I did not expect that Duryodhana will go to this extent of burning Kshatriyas like this. Burning to death is very inauspicious. So it is now I know what to expect from Duryodhana. So next time I will make some plan before only how to protect Pandavas, like that. So Vidura was like that. So Bhishma was again and again asking that where are they? But he said no. So I read this verse. Now the Pandavas' custom has started. Aho, that's why Bhishma was saying, Aho custom, Aho anyayam, yadyuyam dharmanandana, jivitam arhatam krishtam, vipradharma achyutashraya. Aho custom, what custom, what difficulty you faced. Aho anyayam, what injustices have you faced. Yadyuyam dharmanandana, even though you are a son of a personified dharma. Can you imagine? Valmiki wrote one very nice verse that daughter of Janak Maharaj, daughter-in-law of Darshan Maharaj, wife of Ramchandra, and Bhabi of Lakshman. If she is suffering like this, what to expect for other ordinary people? Because Sitaji, Hanumanji was thinking like that, what kind of such a chaste woman, how she is suffering like this, like that. So Bhishma was shocked that you are son of a personified dharma. Aho custom, can you imagine getting burned to death in the fire, helplessly? Now the custom, the trouble now they faced, unimaginable, undescribable, because they have to go through. No, the tunnel was dug up to the forest path. They reached forest. Then all these boys, they are still young boys. So they were not very physically strong like Bhima, and especially Kunti Maharani, because of grief of losing her husband and staying in somebody else's house. It's very insulting, One can have, if one has their own house and are going to somebody else's house and staying there, So she was very grief-stricken. So she became very frail actually. She was not happy like that. So she was unable to walk. Sukumari, हो सकता है आज का जैसा वॉकिंग पे थोड़ी जाते थे, राइट. उस टाइम ये सब नहीं होता था, वॉकिंग, जिम करना. अभी थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस है तो अलग बात है. गोवर्धन परिक्रमा कर लिया, थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस होता है. राइट. Somebody is not accustomed to walking, suddenly start walking, they can't, the feet will start hurting like that. So can you imagine, so all the on the middle, so see, they were very afraid that Duryodhan men are there in Varnavrat. In the course of finding out, investigation and all, if they had found out that there is a tunnel, and if they suspect that they have escaped, they will try to reach to the tunnel. That is why Yudhishthira Maharaj said, we have to cross this tunnel very fast and enter the forest. Like that. But after some time, they were unable to walk, especially Kunti Maharani. Then Arjuna and Nakul Sahadeva and all, they were unable to walk anymore. Then they said, we are not able to walk. Right? Then Vajuputra, Bhimsen, he put all of them on his shoulders, and then he started walking. So according to Madhvacharya, I was actually looking for some article my father sent. Bhimsen, it's called Jivottama, Madhvacharya's commentary, and Krishna is Purushottama, like that. It's a very nice article. Next time I will search for it. This nowadays, for some time they were staying in the palace, all these Pandavas and Kunti Maharani. So they were accustomed to Hamsatulika Talpa, means the kings, they used to have swan-shaped beds, then Makmal, very soft beds, very comfortable sleeping. So Bhimsen, he took all of them, and they were very tired, and they were sleeping under a tree. They were sleeping under a tree. And when he saw Kunti Maharani sleeping like this on the floor, on the forest ground, Bhimsen started crying. He said, what is this? This lady, she is the queen, and then she lived always comfortably and all, happily. Now she is sleeping on the floor, and then she is not even aware that she is sleeping on the floor. Like that. So when he thought about it, this all because of Duryodhan. Then he was so angry. He was feeling so angry that he just wanted to kill Duryodhan at that time only. Like that. But Yudhishthira Maharaj would not allow it. Would not allow him like that. So they have Yudhishthira Maharaj is always long-term planning. Long-term planning. He said they were always very ready to fight. So Yudhishthira Maharaj said, we are not capable now. We have to prepare. Do you think you can take on Bhishma? Now, Bhishma and Drona, they are very affectionate. Once the war is declared, you have to fight with Bhishma and Drona. So do you think Arjuna can face Bhishma and Drona? So don't, so that is why otherwise Bhimsen and all, they were always saying, let us fight, let us fight. We can't take on them. You have to prepare. Prabhupada, nowadays we see all these big sannyasis, they go to America. They were not able to make devotees in America, But Prabhupada would make so many of them devotees. There is a book, our friend Prabhupada, Mool Prakriti Mataji. So she wrote, how Prabhupada prepared for, before going to America. He was chanting 64 rounds. He perfected his chanting. Expert in Bhagavatam. All, lifetime in preparation, Then when he went and started preaching, everybody became a devotee. So Yudhishthira said, we have to prepare to take on them. Like that. Anyway. So Kunti Maharani, when she got up, then she was feeling very thirsty, and then Bhimsen, went to fetch water. There, near a lake, there was a huge tree. On that tree, some two demons were staying. Hidimbasur and Hidimbi. And they were man-eaters. Right? Man-eaters. So Hidimbasur, he felt the fragrance of a human flesh. अरे हमारा lunch ready है, लेके आओ. Hidimbi, he sent Hidimbi, find out, it looks like our lunch is ready, like that. When Hidimbi came, he saw Bhimsen, huge, Mahakaya. She fell in love. She fell in love. Love at first sight. Then you know why usually the girls, they don't propose? Huh? Usually girls don't propose, right? Only boys only propose. You know why? Shurpanaka did that. इसलिए उसका नाक काट दिया, इसलिए तभी से डरते हैं लोग मुझसे. Anyway, but still Hidimbi fell in love with. So she approached Bhimsen that I want a son. The Vedic principle is that if a Kshatriya is approached by a young girl, that asking for a son, we have heard in Maharaj Yayati's story. Sharmishta also approached Maharaj Yayati that I want a son. And he refused, saying that I have no problem marrying you, but my elder brother Yudhishthira is still not married, so I cannot accept your proposal. Like that. So Hidimbi approached Kunti Maharani that this is not proper, I want to marry your son. Then they had a meeting. They had a meeting. That then Yudhishthira Maharaj also proposed that it's not fair for a Kshatriya to refuse a woman, Putrarthi, to have a son. The talk was going on, and then later on, I think they all slept and all that. So anyway, before that only it happened. So when Hidimbasur saw that Hidimbi didn't come for a long time, he came running. Then he saw that Hidimbi is proposing to Bhima and all that. Then he was very angry. He wanted to kill both of them. Then Bhimsen wanted to fight with him in such a way that not without making noise, so that all his brothers and mother Kunti would not wake up. He told Hidimbasu, come, we'll go a little far and fight. And he is a very, very powerful demon, Hidimbasur. So Bhimsen, with his bare hands, he killed him. Then meanwhile, noise came, and then all these Pandavas and all, they woke up. Then this discussion took place. And then Bhimsen agreed. They agreed. Then they got married. Gandhar Vivah. So they used to go for vihar during daytime. Hidimbi, she is very powerful demoness. So she was taking Bhimsen all over the place, valleys of mountains, enjoying, singing duet songs. And then in night time they would come, he would come back, they would come back. And then they got a son who would play a very, very important and crucial role in Mahabharat Yuddha. These demons and all, they don't, they are very powerful race, even more powerful than human beings. So they can give birth. They don't stay in 9 months and all that. She gave birth immediately. It is called Shadyo Garbha. What? Shadyo Garbha means on the spot delivery. Become pregnant and on the spot delivery. Not that 9 months and baby shower. And then the stupid ladies, they do photo shoot. They look so ugly with all their pate and all. And then I don't know why they want to do. And then all these journalists and all, baby bump, baby bump. Kya dekhna hai? If somebody is pregnant, she will have a bump, right? Kya itna pagal log. Press, worst people. Journalist means worst profession, right? They go. The Ravina trainer, one day she was asking, journalists, middle of the night, they were, doing guard at airport. आप लोग सोते नहीं क्या? So, middle of the night, worst. Anyway, so all that baby bump and all is not there. Immediate on the spot delivery. And then that boy also, big demon. Not a small baby, Pitaji, call me whenever you want. I'll join. Okay. So, meanwhile, aho kastam, aho anyayam, yadyuyam dharmanandana. Right? Jivitam arhatam klishtam, vipra dharma achyutashraya. Because Yudhishthira Maharaj took shelter of 3 people, Krishna, Dharma and Vipra. Here Vipra is Vyasadeva. Later on they accept Vipra as Dhaumya Muni, very powerful sage. Dhaumya Muni. Later on they accepted Dhaumya Muni as their Kulguru, their Brahmin. But now Vyasadeva came and instructed them that for some time you stay in Ekachakra Nagar. Ekachakra Nagar. You all went, right? You went? Ekachakra? Huh? Huh? You didn't go? Yeah. You went? So Ekachakra Nagar, on the instruction of Vyasadeva, they started staying in Ekachakra Nagar in disguise of Brahmanas. So next week we will hear, hopefully, Draupadi Jananam, very important. Don't miss next week. Draupadi Jananam. Huh? And then Bakasura's Vada. Bakasura Vada and Draupadi Jananam. Then, thank you. Hare Krishna. Interesting? Huh?
Thank Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
मिहिर आया नहीं आज पब्लिक करो पब्लिक